2015 marks the 107th playing of the Nebraska Amateur Championship. Beginning in 1905, only 65 players have hoisted the trophy. Getting your name engraved on the trophy puts you in some special company. 6 of those champions are competing in 2015. The oldest of those champions, Fremont's John Sadrick, won the 1989 title as part of his sweep, also winning the Nebraska Match Play Championship that year.
You know, it has been a long time ago, but that was a really special week for me. I'd won the match play, a couple months before that. It kind of gives you the feeling that a lot of the work you put in it pays off for that week. That doesn't mean you're the best player of all time, but it's certainly for those 4 or 5 days that you competed. It's makes you feel like you accomplished something that you may never get a chance to do again, but you did it once.
Elkhorn's Ryan Neefelt won the title in 2002.
I just remember how exciting it was to win, and just felt like you'd kind of done something pretty incredible. Didn't have any idea of what it meant as much at the time as I do now. I think the more and more you play in the things, the more and more you want to win. So anytime you get a chance to win, it's great you can get it done. But it was a great time, and I just remember, I look back and it always makes me feel good and know that I could win the amateur and pull it off. I think it's an honor to be next to or grouped with some of the people that have won this event. I mean, you look at a lot of the legends that we have kind of in our state, a lot of Hall of Famers that have won it. So it's just something, you look back, every time you come and play, you always see your name on the trophy. It brings back good feelings. You just realize that, a lot of work that you've put in, it pays off. Sometimes you get the victories. It's just exciting. It makes you feel good.
After winning the title in 2003, Lincoln's A.J. Elger became one of just a handful of players to win titles in back-to-back years in 2004.
It was fun to exit my amateur career, winning back-to-back and your state amateur, which is the tournament we all look forward to. And it's more than 10 years ago, and I knew what it meant to me then was it validated that my aim to be a professional player, and at that time play at the highest levels of amateur golf, was very much what I was doing, and it was within my grasp, and it was certainly kind of a catapult to get me to the professional ranks. A lot of work goes into it, whether it be the physical preparation, practicing every shot you can think of, and that you might face throughout the week or what have you. But a lot of it, really was growing up. I was still a young kid, being mentally prepared to play under the expectation that I should be a contender or somebody that could win back-to-back, certainly in 2003 or 4. But just challenging yourself to not only grow up as a man, if you will, but also see your game get better, because I knew that I'd set a benchmark, and guys were certainly going to want to not allow me to win back-to-back. Mm-hmm. But it's just competitive. There's a lot of guys that want to win regardless, but if you're a defending champion, you have a target on your back. And so, it's fun thinking back on it, and still have the pictures up at my house. So periodically I'll pass them and take a minute to relive it. But it was a long time ago, and looking forward to chasing it again.
Lincoln's Jason Brueggemann won the 2008 championship in spectacular fashion, draining a difficult 25-foot birdie putt on the last hole to win by 2 strokes.
It was a great experience. Yeah, honestly, I wish every amateur golfer could experience what I did. Just the support from friends and family, and at the various golf courses I play at, people would congratulate me virtually almost every day. Someone would come up and say congratulations, and it was really a treat.
Kind of a famous photo of you giving a fist pump. Was it pretty emotional
yes,
that week
was.
for you?
Yeah, I was grinding away pretty hard at it, and just a lot of emotions came out. So, to do it along with my brother at my side meant a lot.
Wahoo's Greg Soule won the 2012 championship at Scottsbluff Country Club.
It was awesome. It was a really cool experience. I didn't go into the tournament with real high expectations, and then played really well the first 2 days and ended up winning it. And it was really cool to get my name on that trophy with all the other great players that have won this tournament.
When Fremont's Andy Sadjevic, son of 1989 champion John Sadjevic, won the title in 2013, it was his third win in 4 years.
You know, it's obviously it's a ton of fun. I grew up, out and around the Nebraska Golf Association at the state AM and the state match play, usually caddying for my dad. So to win one or a couple is pretty special, and obviously a lot of fun and kind of the end result of a lot of hard work usually.
In Nebraska amateur history, only 3 players have won more championships than Sadjevic. His father, John, was a big inspiration for his success.
Household. Yeah, so he won the year before I was born, but it was something growing up that I always looked forward to, was being out and around the state amateur, and set that as one of my goals when I was very little, was to have an opportunity to win the state am, and fortunately that's happened. I lived and died through him for so many years. He was close a few years. I remember, one year he lost by a couple back at Shadow Ridge. That was early 2000s maybe, and I remember being out there and watching and just being so excited and having so much fun out there caddying and watching him, that kind of moved into my life, and something that I set my eyes on and look to pursue throughout my career.
It wasn't very hard. He wanted to play, and he wanted to get better. He wanted to practice. He did a lot of that, and he wanted to compete. He started playing some competitive golf pretty early age. Figured out it took what it kind of took. Never once did I tell him he needed to do that. He wanted to do that, and obviously he's had a lot of success. I told my wife back when he was a sophomore junior in high school, I said, once he learns how to win, he's going to open the door, and he did that several times. So today, when he played, he wasn't real happy. He had a couple of tough holes, but he's right in there. I wouldn't count him out.
Along with former Husker Brady Schnell, who won the amateur the last time it was at Indian Creek, and last year's champion, Friends David Klaus, these 6 know what it takes to win the amateur.
Yeah, it just takes good, solid 4 days of golf. Just don't get too ahead of yourself, and a little luck never hurts.
Yeah. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of preparation. You have to be smart and understand that it's a 4-day tournament. It's not a sprint; it's more of a marathon. Some things are going to go wrong, some things are going to go well, and if you can keep kind of an even keel attitude throughout the entire competition, you've got a pretty good chance of being in the mix come that last day.
I think a lot of the same. A golf tournament it's a long week. We're going to have a lot of heat today, and maybe some changing weather throughout the week, but patience is key. I don't think really anybody has a ton of rounds out here at least with the new configuration, so pretty even playing field there. But a lot of patience, your ability to roll with the punches and deal with adversity. But then, if you kind of get rolling, you gotta make your birdies when you can, and give yourself a margin of error as you come down the stretch.
Put my finger on it exactly, but really controlling your mind. The mind controls the body. And for me, it was just trying to create an aggressive mindset throughout the tournament, and try and just persevere and grind it down.
You got to be patient. You're going to make some bogeys. If you can hold it to that, that's really good. Everybody's going to make bogeys. I mean, you just got to know that's going to happen. But be patient. Try and stay as close as you can. Don't get too far away, and don't get a lot of people in between, because overcoming 2 or 3, you got a chance. Overcoming 9 or 10, that's kind of tough duty. But stay patient and see what happens. You got to be on your game, and you got to catch a couple breaks. And that's kind of the way I was. You know, I can remember playing with Craig Moyer at '89. That I played with him the last day, and the day before he hit a tee shot that hit a tree on number 7, and they never found it. So he makes a double on a par 5. I hit the same tree in the final round, and found it and made 5. Well, I ended up winning by 1. So you got to get a break, or two. You got to be playing well, but you got to catch a break, and that's kind of what happened.
Past champions get special recognition when starting their round each day.
What's it going to be like when they announce you as that past champion on the first tee?
It's always the coolest part when they say 2012 champion. It's always a really cool moment.
It's always a reminder that you did win. Sometimes you're not playing your best. Sometimes you are playing good, but sometimes you're not playing your best. You're like, hey, I did win it. I should, I need to go out and I need to go play here, and then let's. It kind of pumps you up a little bit. But you feel a lot of different emotions. Sometimes most of the time it's very good emotion, and it's an honor to just have won.
I actually thought about that. I was joking with my wife this morning that there's a chance that I might be able to sneak up on a few guys out here, but I figured that Craig and you guys run such a great program out here that it wouldn't take long for people to remember that I do have a history as a Nebraska Amateur Champion, and it'll feel good. It's certainly a very proud moment in my golf career, and like I said, I still have the plaques and the memorabilia from those events in my house.
It's very humbling. It really is. There's a lot of great players on that list, and I'm very fortunate to have my name on that trophy.
Some of the guys I look around that I'm playing with sometimes haven't been born yet, so that's kind of a different deal. But it's a special feeling. I love playing the game. It's been really, really good to me. I'll play as long as I can be somewhat competitive, or until I can't play, which I hope that's a long, long time.
Whether it's one of these 6 or a new champion, the 107th Nebraska Amateur Champion will have his place in history, as well as a toast from the champions.